Hey guys, welcome to another video on Bharat and Germany. My name is Bharat, and in this video I'm going to talk about what are the differences between the Indian exam culture versus the German exam culture. And I'm going to do this on the basis of 8 criteria that I'm going to go step by step in this video. The first one is format. If you have studied your bachelor's in an Indian university or college, you understand that most of the subjects that you're learning, towards the end, in the semester exams, you will have a written exam and not some kind of presentation, assignment, and other things. But in Germany, it's different. In Germany, you are having a mix of different kind of exams. You have presentations, you have group work, you have assignments, and other times you have some problem-based learning sessions where your entire semester is focused on solving one particular problem. And at the end, you present your solution to the entire batch, and then you are graded on the basis of that. Written exams are also frequent, but not as frequent as in India. The second criteria is the length of exams. Now, where in India you see that you generally have 8 questions or something, and from that you're supposed to do 5 questions. It depends from university to university. And those 5 questions have to be written at a very great length because you're having 3 hours for that, and generally every single person tries to fill up like 7 to 8 pages and put all sorts of nonsense inside. But in Germany, things work differently. In your question paper, one question will be given 1 mark if it's taking you only 1 minute to answer that. So they're very focused on time. If you're having a 15-mark question, that should take you 15 minutes to solve that particular problem, and so on. So you will generally find that the questions which are given in the exams in Germany are very precise, to the point, and they do not give you any kind of playroom to write longer answers. So this is very important, that the questions are short, precise, and to the point. If you write unnecessary or irrelevant things, the chances that your marks are going to be deducted for that is higher. The third criteria is failure. In India, if you fail in your first semester exam, you can still try to write it till the 7th semester. If that doesn't work out, you also have a mercy chance that like many universities give out. So you always have more chances in the Indian education system. So if you fail in first semester, that's a first failure. Then third semester, 5th semester, 7th semester, you can still fail 4 times and still in the end be able to get your degree, but with a mercy chance. In Germany, if you fail in any exam 3 times, then you're not allowed to study that subject or similar subject anywhere else in Germany. That is a very important thing that you have to remember, and this is why I emphasize so heavily in my complete course for studying in Germany on Big Academy that you should take the courses which you really find interesting. If you take a course which you have absolutely no desire of, maybe you're not studying well enough for it, and then if you fail 3 times, you will never be able to write that exam again or study in a similar program again, which could be a big problem for many people. The fourth criteria is effort. I think in Indian education system, especially in the bachelor's, like we are not putting so much effort inside. So I would like still rate it as medium because many people are putting a lot of work inside. Many others didn't. I know from my bachelor's time, like we didn't put a lot of effort inside that. But in the German education system, if you're not putting effort inside, especially in the written exams, it is going to be very difficult because the questions can come from a lot of different kind of places. One nice thing here still is that generally the questions which come are all going to be covered in the scripts that the professors give you for most of the subjects. So professors will also tell you that, okay, these are the kind of questions which will come in exam, and it is your right to ask them what is the expense of this entire topic. Should you just study the scripts that the professors give or the books that they're recommending? Fifth is important questions. So in India, generally, like depending on professors, some can tell you that, okay, these are the important questions, just study them, and maybe some other professors do not entertain such kind of queries at all. But in Germany, when you compare it with that, many professors will tell you that, okay, these are the areas that you have to definitely focus on. These are the important ones. And these kind of things are discussed in the last lecture of your semester. That's why when you're studying in Germany, you're doing your bachelor's, master's, whatsoever, never miss out the first lecture of your semester and never miss out the last lecture of the semester. In these 2 lectures, a lot of important things are discussed. In the first one, of course, the organization part. In the last one, the important questions. And in my experience, that has happened for most of the subjects that we have studied. Towards the end, professors can still give some insights. Okay, you know, these subjects or topics are not so important, these one are more important, you study them. And when you see the question paper, they are always in line with that, which is something very nice. Then the 6th criteria I want to discuss about is the paper viewing. So whatever kind of like, you know, results that you get, you actually have the opportunity of seeing those results, seeing those markings in the German education system without any kind of drama. Whereas in the Indian education system, I know that some students had to like file for RTI and stuff to get their paper out so that they can see it, and then they cannot even like do much on that. Like they can of course ask for evaluation and stuff, and the chances that it is going to change is like very less, but In the German education system, you don't have to go through this kind of paperwork again. You can directly talk to the professor, and generally you have room to change the marks there, given that you have a valid point. Now, the seventh criteria I want to talk about is having resources during the exam. In India, of course, you are not allowed in most of the exams any kind of additional books or notes that you're making for yourself. Whereas in Germany, you have open book exams where you can bring the book with you, and if you need something, you can look in the book and write it down. But in my experience, you do not have the time to look inside the book. If you're looking inside the book, you will be missing out on other questions. That's why it is very important that you study for the exam well in advance and do not wait for the last minute, or do not rely on actually having to open the book during the exam and understanding how to proceed further. In India, I remember I studied Bachelor's of Civil Engineering, so there we were having these IS codes, IS 456, IS I think 800 or something. So these were the IS codes that we were allowed to take with us in the exams too, but not the standard textbooks, right? Whereas in Germany, you can take some of the textbooks too, depending on the exam. So the professor will always tell you if it is allowed or not. The eighth and the last criteria I want to discuss about is choice. So of course, you have the choice of selecting different kind of topics and subjects to study in the German education system, and you also have the choice of unregistering from the exam 3 days in advance. So some universities say 2 days, some say 3 days. So it is still super nice, because towards the end you see, okay, I will not be able to write this exam, I didn't prepare well enough. You can just unregister yourself and that's it. You don't have to write that exam. Your attempt will not be marked as failure in that exam. Or if you are actually not sure even till the day of the exam, you can just go to the doctor, get a slip that you were sick, and everything is good. But again, the doctors are also strict, so you actually have to see if you have any kind of symptoms that you can talk to them about, so that they can give you a receipt. You can then submit it to the examination committee of the university, and then instead of declaring you as a failed attempt for that particular exam, this is just going to be marked as that you were sick and you couldn't write the exam. So this is super nice. In general, I personally feel that the German education system, it gives you more choices, gives you different kind of varieties in which you can do your masters. For example, you're the kind of person who is more into presentations and really suck at written examinations. Then you can choose your subjects in a way that you're having more presentations throughout your masters or bachelors than just having written exams. But if you're the other type of person, you write written exams, then you can also take up more subjects which are having the written exam in the end instead of the presentation ones. Although my personal recommendation is going to be, it is very important that you develop your presentation skills during your university, because nobody else is going to teach you in the job. In the job, they already expect you to have good presentation skills, and if you don't have them, in the university, the professors can still correct, give feedback. In the job, nobody is going to do it. They are just going to fire you. So if you want to improve your presentation skills, I have a workshop on Big Academy about powerful presentation strategies in Germany, where I compile all of the things that I've learned during my time of studying in TU Hamburg about giving presentations in the classes, in German, in English, in different kind of formats, and all of that is in one single place, which you can enroll in at a very affordable price. So that's pretty much it from my side. If you haven't yet downloaded our free PDF, the basic admission requirements for studying in Germany, you can do that with the link given in description, and I will see you in another video. Bye.